Before I was given this appliance, I was always of the opinion that you either need a big, heavy-duty stand mixer, something like the KitchenAid back there, or you can get away with a normal whisk that can do most tasks just fine. And then I was given the Cuisinart hand mixer by a client to develop some recipes, and so it's been a good 5 years of on and off use of this machine. That contract is long over, so today you get my full, unbiased opinion as to whether you should buy this appliance or not. There's a couple of key points which we're going to cover, so let's jump straight into it. I mostly pull out the hand mixer for simple jobs, like whipping cream and beating eggs. So let's start with the simplest test possible, and on to the question, which I've been curious about for quite a while. Can this machine whip cream faster than I can actually beat it by hand?
3, 2, 1.
Now, fair warning, I used to have to whip up blini batter on the fly during a busy dinner service and things like that, so I think I can whip things pretty fast. I may not look very good doing it, but I whip pretty fast. And the results here were pretty much exactly what I expected, that I can whip cream to stiff peaks faster than a simple wireless machine like this. But to do so took a lot of elbow grease and a lot of cleanup once things were all said and done. Now, before we move on to our next test, let's quickly discuss the hardware here. This machine comes with 2 dishwashable whisk attachments that are pretty easy to insert and get the job done well. We have 5 different speed settings, which are all fairly straightforward to switch between, and all of this comes together in this wireless and compact, easy to charge package. In between charges, it lasts 20 plus minutes, and I don't usually ever let it run out of battery. Whenever the little blinky light is on the last blinky light, I just plug it in to charge with a micro USB. It also comes with a little charger, but I just use my regular charging hub. And that is kind of it for the hardware that comes in this package, so let's go back to whipping things. Now, the task of whipping egg whites to stiff peaks is something that I do a ton, and it does take a lot more mechanical force than just simply whipping cream. And so, using this machine is, in fact, much easier than doing things by hand. Especially if you are looking for nice, thick, glossy peaks for something like a meringue. And just the fact that this thing handles 2 to 4 egg whites with such ease makes it my go-to machine for Sunday morning pancakes instead of getting my KitchenAid going. Okay, so we covered 2 of the main uses that I would use this machine for. And those are where I think it really shines. But I would like to talk about potentially a drawback of this, but not so much. Let me explain. So obviously the main convenience factor of this is the fact that it is completely wireless, which is super useful. Having said that, it does mean that you make some compromises on the power of this machine. But I don't need a super powerful machine here. It is powerful enough that I can whip 3, 4, 5 egg whites super easily. I can mix batters together without mixing too vigorously, which, depending on the batter, would create gluten, and it's just not what I want from it. It is strong enough to cream things like butter and sugar together for like a cookie recipe or something like that. Will it do as good a job as my KitchenAid? Probably not. But if I'm working with like a normal batch of ingredients, the KitchenAid is kind of overkill. So where I would usually be talking about the drawbacks of this machine, I honestly can't really mention too many. This thing has served me really well for the past 5 years, and overall I'm super happy with this machine. Would I consider any alternate models? Like I said, if you don't really think that you need this in-between stage, a whisk does do a very good job. Can you get meringues to be super stable for super long? Not as much. I feel like the mechanical force of this will outdo a whisk over like a long enough whisking period. So I would choose this over the whisk. But if you do primarily like pretty large batch bakes, you might just want to get a reasonable stand mixer. The KitchenAid is pretty good. Obviously, there's like the little baby version or the little slightly more grown-up version, which I have. I would highly recommend both of those. If you'd like, I have done a full review on the topic, and you can find it in the link in the description or at the end of this video. But overall, yeah, usually there would be like a big run-up to my final verdict. If you can afford it, if you don't have one of these, I think it is super, super useful. Would I be tempted to get the wired version? I'm sure you can find a much cheaper wired version of this. And yeah, I kind of like the wireless factor of it. It makes it so convenient. Like, my immersion blender is pretty decent at whisking stuff up, which I quite like, but I kind of love this form factor. I like that there are 2 whisks. I find it more powerful than like the one immersion blender whisk. And yeah, overall, I've just been super happy with this appliance. I would totally buy probably the same exact one again, honestly. I don't need anything super powerful. I don't need anything much bigger than this. This is the perfect Goldilocks in between the large stand mixer and the small whisk. I have been jibber-jabbering for a while. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to purchase this or any of the other things I've suggested, there are affiliate links in the description. If you would like to look at something bigger and arguably much better, you can watch this video right here to check out my KitchenAid review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.